Nice of you to have me. Thank you very much. My name is Nicklas Sonne, and I am a contester in the Danish Melodi Grand Prix 2023 with the song Freedom that I wrote for this contest specifically. I've been a musician for all my life. I've always been the creative type, thinking about music every day, all week, all month, and I've never been able to kind of drop the music and do anything else. It's my call in life, being a musician, playing live shows and recording in the studio. So this chance for me is it's a big one. Starting point, wow, that's a long time ago. I remember it very clearly. I was at a Alice Cooper concert here in Denmark with my dad and my mom. And I remember clearly that the drummer did a drum solo. And after the drum solo, they played my favorite song. It was called Lost in America. It was released in 95. So I was only 6 years old at the time. And I was like, whoa, what is going on? This is insanely awesome. I couldn't bear it. So I had to begin playing drums, and I started to play drums, yeah, when I was 7 or something. And since then, it's just been instrument after instrument. I've played piano, guitar, and bass, and then I started to sing when I was 18. But it started back then. I'm from a family that's always been playing music as well, but not so much and not professionally. So, but it started for me at that time when I was 6 years old. Definitely. Time, really, and dedication. I never had lessons in anything other than drums. But I had my dad's old guitar back home, and I just enjoyed sitting with it and kind of just noodling around. When I sat down with the guitar, I kind of felt that I could escape from reality. I didn't have so much of a good school time in school. I got bullied a lot, and when I sat down with the guitar, I could kind of escape this reality, and I kind of became one with the guitar and the sounds and the rehearsal of things and the creativity involved. So for me, it was an escape from reality, and it was an escape from reality for many years actually. And songwriting itself became an escape from reality as well, but in a good way. It was kind of my place to be safe and my place to enjoy myself. I had a lot of fun rehearsing and become better. So that's why I got good at playing the instruments. Dedication and time and sitting down with it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I uh I kind of had to. I really wanted to. So I was like, well, if others can do it, I can do it too. So when I was 18, I began singing a little bit, and I was because I've had the childhood that I've had, I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. So I really had to push myself to sing, especially in front of others. So it started with me just singing on my songs I had created in my studio by myself or in my room, in my apartment, and slowly gaining knowledge of how I should sing so it could sound better and better and better. And a lot of mistakes were made, man. I trashed my vocal so many times because I did something wrong, because I sung wrong. I used my air wrong and all that. But then I just learned, from there. I was like, okay, I shouldn't do that way. Let me try this way and this way and this way. Just kept pushing myself, and I practiced a lot just singing on top of my own songs. So it helped me a lot that I had written a lot of songs, and I continuously wrote a lot of songs. So I had something to sing on, to learn on. So that was how I did it. Well, I kind of like them all in different ways, but I love my own the most, and it sounds but of course I do. That's why I make it, you know. So I'm very happy to have experienced playing with all these different bands and still play with these bands and projects. But what I really get the most out of is create the songs myself and be the creative boss myself. It really gets me that um outlet that I need in the creativity in the music. But you know, I have a band called Melron. It's very metal and very heavy. You know, I have a lot of raspy voices there and growling and screaming. And then I have Defecto, which is my other band, which is more experimental and progressive and melodic. We try all weird stuff out, you know, all that we can think of. Then I have a band called Theory, which is insanely progressive, like Dream Theater slash Symphony X progressive, very difficult and yeah, and yep, and progressive, you know, a lot of odd timings and but with my own here, you know, I have kind of blended it all together in what I really just like. And I've been very intuitive with the album I recently created. I released my solo album November last year. I was just very intuitive, you know. I had a feeling about going somewhere and I just went with it. You know, I had a feeling for a vocal melody and I just went with it. I didn't really think that much about it. I just wrote what came to mind. And that's kind of what it's all about for me. Just being intuitive about the creativity. Yeah, a lot. We've done a lot of the cool things together. We were with Defecto. I toured in Japan. That was an amazing experience. We supported Metallica, and we have supported Rammstein, and we've done a lot of European tours as well with all the bands. So all those, you know, all those adventures are insanely amazing to look back at and have. Yeah, it's just been amazing experiences, really, especially warming up for Metallica. That was insane. Scandinavian countries. I
Yep.
think we've had so much joy everywhere, you know, but I remember Finland to be the most, you know, exciting people. Them, you know, not exciting people, but uh they were very excited for us, you know what I mean? We had 3 shows over there and all 3 shows has just been incredible, really. Freedom for me is it's you know it's about myself, but it's also about other people, you know, a feeling we can all experience and you know it's about aiming for something. You have a dream and you want to aim for it and you're going for it, but on your way to that dream people are starting to question you like, oh, is that a good idea? Shouldn't you do something else? You can maybe never be successful with this, you know. But kind of ignoring these people and just telling them, just you wait and see. I will eventually get what I want, you know, because you fight for it. So freedom is about ignoring these things, ignoring to get pulled back and just keep going for the dream and eventually actually getting it, you know. So I think for me, you know, being a child growing up in a lot of bullying and a torn family as well, you know, I had a very hard time and I didn't believe in myself very much, you know, and other people didn't really believe me as well when I told them I wanted to be a musician. But in the end, you know, I was there warming up for Metallica and went on tours and all these things, you know, and now I'm a part of Melodi Grand Prix with a genre that's not really accepted that much here in Denmark, you know. So I think that I have claimed that um freedom inside of my um freedom within my what you call it, yeah, I don't know what to call it, but you know what I mean. I've gotten to the point where I'm happy about things, you know. So freedom is about that, just going for it. Freedom, that's yeah, well, that is what it's about, you know, just going for what you want, and not, you know, not just ignoring the people that try to pull you back, you know. That is what the song is about. Getting to the point where you're happy about what you've achieved. I did everything. And yeah, produced it, mixed it, mastered it, wrote it, everything. Yes, yesterday. It was amazing. I was we were all pretty not worried, but we had some worry because it's a big thing, and we have to nail it. We play live. Every one of us are going on stage and we are plugged in into the instruments and we are all playing live. So we gotta play good, and it went super well, and it immediately just sounded very good. So we are a lot less worried right now after the rehearsal. So we're just looking so much forward to the 11th now. Yes, I can. I won't say it all, but I've always had since I came into this, since I was a part of this Melodi Grand Prix, I've had the idea that I want to go onto the stage as a rock band. You know, I don't want to dress up in all kinds of stuff. I love that people are doing that on stage, all the glamour. I love it, but we want to be there as a rock band. So we're not doing all those things. We're coming in pretty minimalistic actually, but with a lot of show around us. So yeah, it's just a rock band on stage with a gigantic lighting and fire setup. So it's gonna be very impactful and powerful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I am saying that. There will be fire. Yeah, I have my I when I finalized my solo album last year, I recorded everything myself there as well, except the drums. I only wrote the drums, but I had my drummer Lars, who plays in my solo band, come and record the drums for the solo album. And he plays drums. He's my good friend. He's been playing with me for in other projects as well. And I have two other good friends who I've played with in other projects as well. So I've kind of established my dream team with my good friends. So we play together in my solo band, and those are the people as well who plays Freedom here with me in live at Melodi Grand Prix. Well, I think it was when I supported Metallica. It was a brand new arena opened here in Denmark, and we were asked to open for Metallica. And we met them as well. I spoke with James Hetfield for 20 minutes, and he's my big hero. So that is definitely the most awesome thing that's ever happened in my career. Definitely. Oh man, I don't even know. Yeah, I think I almost had those feelings as little me would have when I realized I should play with Metallica. But it would be overwhelming, even more overwhelming. I wouldn't believe it. So yeah, I think it's Måneskin's performance and song. I think that was very good. The one they won with. Yeah, yeah. I think it's that one. I like that very much. That was good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, what I would like to say is, um, the song Freedom. It's about that. I mentioned it before, but people should people should believe more in themselves. I meet a lot of people who don't have so much self-esteem and they don't really believe in themselves. They have a dream, but they don't really dare jump out into it and just try and do something about it. And I feel that's very sad. You have one life, and I'm always thinking like if I was 80 years old and looked back and didn't try and do anything about my dreams, I would be very unhappy. And I think it's very important to remember that. So just try and jump out into the wild. You never know what's gonna happen. You could only fail. It's not that bad. You could just start over with something new. But if you have a dream, just go for it. Believe in yourself, and it'll be good. You will eventually reach it. That's my philosophy, at least.